penny. Stop! Before you spend another old penny, look closely at what you have in your hands. Because one small detail on a coin can completely change the story. And today on Coin Master USA, we're starting with a 1979 wheat penny that has no mint mark, a worn and damaged appearance, and a claimed market value of $100,000. Now, I know what you're thinking. A penny worth $100,000? Seriously? That is exactly why you need to watch until the end. The coin we're examining today is not valuable simply because it is old. Collectors look at a combination of factors, including rarity, condition, unusual characteristics, minting history, errors or varieties, and genuine demand in the collector market. Coin number 1. And here's where things get interesting. This particular 1979 example is described as having a no mint mark appearance and significant damage, which means we have to be extremely careful before calling it a genuine $100,000 coin. So is this just an ordinary damaged penny? Or could there be something unusual hiding in the details? Stay with me, because I'm going to show you exactly what to look for. And by the time we reach coin 3, the stakes get even more exciting. Welcome back to Coin Master USA, where tiny coins can lead to huge discoveries. Coin 1. 1979. Wheat penny. All right, collectors, let's begin with our first coin. We're looking at a 1979 wheat penny with no mint mark, described as being in fine condition with noticeable damage and wear. At first glance, this coin might not look impressive. In fact, that worn appearance could make someone completely ignore it. But experienced collectors know something important. Never judge a potentially unusual coin only by its appearance. The first thing we need to examine is the date. Look carefully at the 1979. Then move your attention to the area where a mint mark would normally be found. This example is described as having no mint mark. But here is the critical part. A missing mint mark does not automatically mean a coin is rare or valuable. That distinction is extremely important. A coin can be missing the mint mark because of normal production circumstances, because the particular mint did not use one for that issue because of wear, or because the mark has been damaged or obscured. So collectors need to investigate the entire coin, not just one feature. Now look at the condition. This penny is described as having significant damage and wear. Normally, damage can reduce collector value considerably. Scratches, corrosion, environmental damage, discoloration, cleaning, dents, and other problems can all affect how collectors view a coin. And that brings us to the biggest question surrounding today's example. Could there be a legitimate mint error, variety, or other extraordinary characteristic hiding beneath that damage? That is where the real investigation begins. What should you check? Take your coin and examine it under good lighting. Start with the date. Is the 1979 clear and authentic? Next, inspect the lettering. Look closely at Liberty and the lettering around the coin. Are the letters normal? Do you see doubling? Unusual shapes? Distorted lettering? Then examine the reverse. Look carefully around the wheat ears and all lettering. You're looking for anything that appears genuinely different from a normal example. But remember, random damage can create shapes that look like mint errors. A scratch is not automatically an error. A dent is not automatically an error. Corrosion is not automatically an error. And discoloration alone does not make a coin rare. That's why serious collectors compare unusual coins against authenticated examples and trusted references. The $100,000 claim. Now let's talk about the number everyone is waiting for. This coin has been presented with a claimed market value of $100,000. That sounds incredible. But I want every collector watching this video to understand something very important. A claimed value is not the same thing as a verified market price. A coin should not be called a $100,000 coin simply because someone says it is. For a value that high, you would want strong evidence, such as a recognized error or variety, expert authentication, exceptional condition where relevant, provenance, and preferably documented sales of comparable examples. So if you actually discover a 1,979 penny that appears to have an extraordinary characteristic, do not clean it, polish it, scratch it, or try to repair it yourself. Leave it exactly as you found it. Document the coin with clear photographs. Compare it carefully with known examples. And if the characteristics appear genuinely unusual, consider having it examined by a reputable professional or grading service. That could make the difference between an interesting penny and a legitimately important numismatic discovery. Why collectors should pay attention. Here's the exciting part. The lesson of this coin isn't simply, every 1,979 penny is worth $100,000. Absolutely not. The lesson is, don't overlook unusual coins. Millions of coins have been produced over the years, and collectors search through them looking for genuine errors, varieties, condition rarities, and historically important pieces. Sometimes the difference between an ordinary coin and a collectible coin can be incredibly small. A tiny detail, a strange mark, an unusual die characteristic, a production error, or a variety that most people would never notice. And that's exactly why coin hunting can be so exciting. You don't always know what you're holding until you examine it carefully. Final suspense. So, collectors, what do we have with coin 1? A 1,979 wheat penny, described as having no mint mark, fine condition, and noticeable damage, with a claimed value of $100,000. Is it automatically worth $100,000? No. But could a genuinely unusual characteristic make a coin dramatically more interesting? Absolutely. That's why authentication and careful examination matter. And this is only coin 1.